upside break even, then you get your intraday swing. But look what happens after that. It breaks the zone, comes up to retest it once and then twice. Right? But then look at the time. This is 12 noon till New York close. Nothing, just consolidation. Bullshit consolidation. Make sense? Like you're looking at individual candles. You know, you're looking at individual candles, you're trying to tell a story. Like candles try to tell a story and you're trying to make sense of it. Let's look at another example. We have a lot of examples here, don't we? So this is the 30-minute chart. This is the 30-minute chart of the same. This is the 15-minute chart. This is the 30-minute chart, right? So now look how confusing this block was on the 15-minute chart. And so now what we're going to look at is we're going to look at this break right here, this consolidation, and this move down. Okay, so we're going to move up a time frame. Check this out. This looks so clean. This looks so clean. Look at this. It broke resistance, this candle. The next one came down for a retest. Right? So you're placing a stop loss below here and saying, okay, as long as it stays above this level, we're moving up. So it moves up. Right? And then at resistance, it stops. You have a candle rejection at resistance. You look at the time. Time is almost 10. This is the 10:30 candle, this one. And then what do you got? You got a simple rejection from resistance and a wick fill. And continuation down and whatever. Now let's look at the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour. See this? So now it makes much more sense when you look more left. Check this out. Does 1 hour make sense now? Yep. Look at this area here. And look at this break. I'm sure this makes much more sense as to why these candles rejected resistance here. Because you're looking at the 1 hour candles where they got rejected. Like you're looking at this area, you're looking at this area right over here, and you automatically know, okay, you know what? This is a time where there are chances it's going to reject it. Yep, that's also like a last kiss. You're right. That's also like a last kiss. So let's go to the next example here. Okay, so we have, so this is, so you look at the market, yeah, so you look at the market and this is what happens. This is what happens when you look at the market, right? So now make notes, okay, because I have every possible angle covered in this webinar. Every possible angle. I spent a lot of time on this webinar. So when this happens, what you're doing is you're thinking, okay, price moved up violently. Okay, so what did the price do? Did it break a zone? Seems like it. Seems like it broke the zone here. All right, let's just draw a box here. Okay, this is the zone price broke, right? So you wait for price to come down or whatever, right? You wait more. Okay, perfect. Price is here. Price has arrived. So now, what's this? This is a break. It's doing a retest. So what are you going to do? So are you going to think that, okay, since it's gonna fill this whole candle range, this empty space, right? So what are you going to do? So now you're thinking, okay, this should fill all this space. This is what you're thinking. But what you're seeing is that we had this zone break. So price is maybe doing a retest. So what are you going to do? Are you going to do what you're thinking, or are you going to do what you're seeing? Yep. You're seeing a retest. You're going to act on the retest. You're going to act on that retest. Fills the range. You're out of the trade. You got your pips. You're done. Makes sense? Yep. It's gonna fill. So would you enter bullish? No, I would enter right over here. I would enter right over here. You want to know why I would enter right there? Is because if I want to have a 10 pip stop, and if I enter over here and my 10 pip stop is down till here, this doesn't make any sense. Because price can come down, retest it again, and take me out, and then move up. And then I'm going to go cry, oh, you know what, fucking price took me out and went my way. Right? So I want to enter at the retest so that I can have I can have a 6 pip stop. But now my stop loss is below this zone. Because I know that if price stays above this zone, my buy is valid. My buy is valid. Oh, good job, Isam. That's a very good job. Isam just said that there is another retest right here. Because look at these candles. What did they do? They closed above this price level here. No, closed below it. Then these candles, they went up and then they closed above it. You know, and there's a wick to fill here. It's a range. Yeah, I enter as soon as it touches a retest, but as a rule, I kind of wait for the 15-minute or the 30-minute candles to close. But obviously, you will get a better hand of this with practice. Right? Let's look at the next one here. This is a 30-minute time frame. Right? Look how clean this is. 30 minutes. Look how clean this is. Look how neat and clean this is. So sexy. Right? Now, if you look at the 15-minute, it's so mumbo-jumbo, like a little bit, you know? But in the 30-minute, it's so clean. It's so clean. Look, it comes down to the zone. And you're like, okay, you know what? This is exhausting. All right, bye. So it's a break. Comes back down for a retest. Look at this. Now, this 30-minute candle closed below this price, right? This one closed below. This one closed below. So this is a strong fucking resistance now, right? And now when you bought it off the retest, oh, look, it broke this resistance. So now this resistance becomes support because 30-minute are what? Stronger confirms, right? Are 30 minutes stronger confirms? I think they are. $30-minute stronger confirms. So now let's look at the 1 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour here. Check this out. So clean, so cleaner. You know, so clean. 1 hour is even cleaner. And then then check this out. This 1 hour candle rejected, this 1 hour candle reversed. So this is a strong 1 hour zone. Now look what happens once it breaks out of it. It does a retest, so you're entering here again. Right? Now look at this consolidation and look at the time. It's noon. It's noon right here. Consolidation. So you don't trade. I hope you guys are making notes about this, like times of market, volatility times. Yeah, a little volume at that time. Notes are very important, man, I'm telling you. Let's look at the next example. All right, so we got this over here. What's going on here? This is the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. What's happening here? Is it creating? Let's draw support resistance. All right. Let's draw some support resistance. So we got a resistance here on the 30-minute, and then we got 30-minute is rejecting support here too. Right? So now you got to tell a story. Let's tell a story. So this candle came down, whatever, this candle started to go up, couldn't go down. This candle went down. And then this candle, it was like, you know what? We're not going to go down. We're going to go right back up because it can't go down. Look, it tried to go down. This one was like, yo, we're going down. But price said, no, my nigga, we're going back up. So it went back up. So then this one tried to go down. Price was like, no, my nigga, we're going back up. So it's starting to go back up, right? And now we have this zone here. So what do we do? Do we wait? Do we wait, or we take a buy and keep a stop loss below this wick? Depends on your comfortability, right? So let's go to the next one. Let's see what happens. Oh shit! See what I'm saying? Like you kept a stop loss below the previous candle wick. Because if this would have gone below, it would have gone further down, but it didn't. It broke your zone here. So now what? So you didn't buy here and you missed this move up. Now what do? Do you buy up here? Yep. You wait. So now what? This is a retest. Exactly. So now when you're buying, you're saying, okay, as long as I can have a 10 pip stop or like a 6-7 or as long as the stop loss is under this zone, you should be okay for a buy. Because look, man, this price broke with such momentum. Look at this fucking momentum. Look at the time too. This is London Open. So much momentum. You get your 10, 15, whatever pips, you're done. See this? Now what's going to happen? Someone tell me what's going to happen now. If you were to visualize a pattern, what do you think is going to happen? Like if you were to visualize the next candle. Wick fill or goat chip? No, there's no R. You got to stick to one. You got to be confident. Up to the next zone? Nope. That's the wrong answer. This is your range, right? This is your range. So the next candle can probably fill this wick at least because it's bouncing off a very strong 30-minute zone. Yeah, exactly. Pull down and go up. You see? So now at this point, I'd be like, you know what? This is very sketchy. Because if it was to go up, it would have gone up by now. Yep, goat shit. Stay out. Oh, look at that. Look at that move. Look at that move. But the thing is, you're not always 100% that's going to go up. Because if you're holding a position, that's perfect. But if you're buying right over here, that's a very, very risky buy. Kind of goat shit. Move right back down. Now, is this a retest? Is this a retest? No. Look at that momentum. Look at them. I think this was a retest to go further down here. But this was the trade. This was the trade out for London. And when you look at the time, look at the times here. This is 6 a.m. 6 a.m. You got 7, 8, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. up further. Yep, first retest, that's it. First retests are solid. Let's see what chart we got next. So we got the 15-minute chart. Oh, look, now we got more information going on. We got more information on the same chart. See how mumbo-jumbo these candles are. This makes sense to you? See how mumbo-jumbo. right? But if we look at what's happening, okay, so this retest was easy, right? But let's say some people got fucked on this move down and then on this part. So let's study this part. It's not hard. It's not hard to study, right? Because you're trying to tell a story. Now, when you're looking left, you're seeing all these candles, you know? They're closing above this price area. And then you look at all these candles closing below it. And then these candles also, you know, came up, tried to like accumulate. Look at all these candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles couldn't break up. 5 candles couldn't break up. Where else will they go if they can't break up? You know, when price is consolidating, that is exciting because it's going to break one way. Yeah, exactly. If 5 candles couldn't break up, they're trying to go down. Even though you see, now some people get confused. They say, oh, you know what? We got these exhaustion wicks. Oh, look at these exhaustion wicks, man. These wicks means we're going to fucking break it. That's what you think it's going to break it. You think it's going to break it because you see these wicks. But you don't see that it's rejecting this price. It's a big difference between thinking and seeing, man. You don't see it rejecting this price, so it breaks down. Right? Common sense. Let's go to the next slide. Oh, this was the 1 hour. See how clean 1 hour looks now. See how clean this is. Broke above this zone. Did a retest up. And then continued moving down. Right? So, what did we learn here? Is continuation from a zone or break and retests? Interesting. Very interesting. I think it is. Continuation through a zone, they're break and retests. Simple. It's the easiest way to trade. Easiest way to look at the market. This is the easiest way you're going to study market structure, trust me. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to look at, oh man, we got a lot of stuff to cover. We're going to look at fake outs. Who's excited about fake outs? We're going to look at fucking fake outs now. All right. Let's look at fake outs. So before we go to fake outs, any questions about break and retests? The examples we went through. Well, this is recorded anyway, so whatever. All right, fake out. A fake out is a candle that breaks out of the zone, gives a big fuck you, and goes right back in the zone. Make sense? This happened for a lot of people too, right? But you can generally wait for the 30-minute candle to close above it, because let's say if a candle, if price is moving up through resistance, it closes above it, and then what do you do after that? You're saying, okay, it closed above it, now it's moving up. But when you're waiting for candles to close, it's going to come down. Is fake out also liquidity grab? No, and I don't care, Matt. I don't care if it's a liquidity grab. I don't know if it's a liquidity grab. That's some information that I just try to, I will never mention liquidity grab in this webinar. No, you cannot anticipate a fake out either, but you can spot it. But at the end, I'm going to tell you a secret of fake outs. How you can, well, you can get stopped out by a fake out, but then I'm going to tell you how to capitalize on the fake outs. That's the secret sauce here. Let's go to the next slide here. Let's see. Okay. Here's something to think about. When a fake out happens, it's like the price goes back in the range. Okay, so let me just make it much more simple here. Let's say you have resistance, you have support. Price is ranging, right? Price breaks up. You're like, oh, we got a breakout. All right, perfect. Take buy. You take the buy. price does a big fuck you and goes right back in the range, does something like this, does this, and continues moving down. How many of you guys have seen something like this happen? All the time. Yep. What if I told you that you can trade this setup? You can trade this setup, right? Fake outs only. Now the thing is that fake outs only happen in volatile market hours. Then when the market is moving really, really fast, that's the only time the fake out is going to happen. And zap sign, I don't know what a zap sign is, but like you can always trade fake outs. I've done it a lot of times on Twitch. And we're going to look at a few. We're going to look at a few examples here now concerning fake outs. Ooh, we got a lot of examples here on fake outs. Perfect. All right. Okay. So what's happening here? We got the 30-minute time frame. We got 30-minute time frame. We got resistance, and we got support. Right. So price closed above. Price closed above. So fake out and retest. Yeah, exactly. Right. So we're just waiting here, right? So we see this candle. So now this candle closed right over here. Now this could mean, okay, you know what? We can move up further. But the thing is that this candle hasn't closed in a way that would tell you that it's a retest, right? Or let's say that if you do take a buy, let's say you take a buy here with a stop loss, like, below this candle right here, you take a buy, right? It's still here, it's still valid, your buy is still valid, but then what happens, right? You see this candle, this wick goes below this candle wick. So at this point, when price is consolidating this much, I'd be like, you know what? We're out of this trade. Because guess what's happening here on the 30-minute time frame? On the 30-minute time frame, it's forming resistance. See, this is what you got to see now. It's forming resistance and it's forming support. So now it's consolidating. Now you don't know where it's going to go, right? You see a break and retest, but at the same time you see 30 minutes candle forming resistance. And you remember Raja Bank saying in the webinar that, hey, 30-minute zones are strong zones, right? So now you see a zone at the top and you see a zone at the bottom. So now you just wait, right? It's better you wait. You get your chance. Look at this happening. Murder. Because it broke out, did a retest on the smaller time frame, and then continued right back down. So now, what happened here, right? This pattern on fake out is going to happen over and over again. So now once it came back in this range, because now this is the range, right? This is the range. It tried to go up, couldn't go up, came right back down in the range. So now when it came back down in the range, this was your fake out. The next candle is going to probably like move up to retest this area, or it's going to continue moving down. This happened on Thursday on GJ, I think. So it did a retest on the 30-minute time frame and then continued moving down. And then it did a retest here too because it broke this support, did a retest, and continued moving down. This is a 15-minute chart. Make sense? So let's go back here. So we're going to focus on this consolidation, and then we're going to focus on this retest coming back in the zone. All right. See, this was consolidation here. Consolidation on the 15-minute, and then price coming back in this range. Look, it came back in this range, went up to do a retest, went down, consolidated, and then continued moving down. Broke this support and did a retest here. But look how the market structure is being respected. this is very important to take notice of. The market structure. We had resistance. This candle closed above. The next one did like a retest, continue moving up. And then it couldn't close above this level here to the left. You see? These candles started to close down. It came back in this 15-minute range, continued moving down, and came back in this 30-minute range. And then continued moving down. But the only factor is you're just waiting. Fake outs are really hard, I'll be honest with you. Fake outs are really, really hard. Let's look at the next example here. Because essentially, okay, let me just make it simple. Essentially, what you're doing is for a bullish fake out, you're anticipating the price to do something like this and go down. For like a bearish fake out, you're anticipating price to go down, do a fake out, retest, and continue up. Yeah, fake outs are, when a fake out happens, man, it's just so aggravating. Fake outs are really aggravating. This is the 1 hour time frame. See, in the 1 hour, we had to move up and then came right back in the range. On the 1 hour, you can see, okay, you know what? This is a clear fake out. These two kind of stuff. But on the 15-minute, is there a 4 hour? No, there's no 4 hour. But on the 15-minute, this is clean market structure. But on the 1 hour, it looks much cleaner. If you're trading off the 1 hour, this will be easiest because now you're waiting for the 1 hour candles to close. Okay, let's go to the next example here. All right. Are fake outs liquidity grabs? No. No. Now, this example, fake out is really, really hard, right? Because let's look at what's happening here. You have resistance, and then you have candles inching towards resistance, right? Closed up, went up all the way. So now what do you expect? What are you expecting to happen? Like a retracement? Retest, exactly. Came down for a retest. But guess what's happening now? Do you think that this candle came back down in the range? Closed below it, right? Closed back in this range. So what's going to happen now? Drop. Just died. Just died. Now what happened here? What's this? Retest. What's going to happen now? Down. Where? Down right till here, right? That's how you spot a fake out. Like if you had a buy with a take profit somewhere high, but I mean, even though if you look at the price here, this is 756, 800, 856. These are 10 pips here, and then the candle goes back in this range. You're like, all right, man. You know what? This is back in the range now. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go back down because now this is a fake out. No one's gonna teach you about fake outs. I'm telling you this right now. They'll say, oh, it's a stop hunt, it's a liquidity grab. There's a method to this madness, man. I'm telling you this. Right? Let's look at this again. Let's look at this again. So when you have a candle there, right? So you see how it broke out of it. It broke out of it. And then you got the next candle, it's coming back in the range. See this? So if it's coming back in the range, so now you say, okay, you know what? This is a fake out, so it's going to continue down in the range. Continues down. This makes sense? Could you enter right when you see price enter the range again? No, you have to wait for candles to close, Nick. You have to wait for candles to close because you never know that this candle coming down in the range, if you enter sell, it can retrace all the way back up and continue moving up. So you're waiting. It's a 15-minute candle, bro. It's okay to wait 15 minutes for candles to close. It's just 15 minutes. Who cares?
Then you'll ever know. Yes, darling.
So what are we going to do now?
I'm
So now we're going to go to the next one.
because I still love you so.
Right? Let's see what time frame we got next. Oh, we got the 5-minute time frame. We got more information here. We got more information on the 5-minute. So now let's look at this. See, we had resistance. Price broke up, did a kind of like a retest, continued up, came down. See how too much information this is? See how confusing this might get? Like for somebody looking at the 5-minute time frame. This is why I hate 5-minute time frame, man. Like people send me charts on 5 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like look at this candle here, this bullish candle on the 5-minute. You see this candle, you're like, oh, we're going to the moon. But you're not waiting for the candles to close, the higher time frame candles to close. If this is where you see candle coming down, you say, oh, it's a retest, you take a buy, but then this is where the 15-minute candle closes. You know, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Because you gotta wait for high time frame candles to close. Close within the range and then all the way down. Broke it, did a retest, continue down. And look at the time too. 3 a.m. till 4. It's London open. Yep. This is how you gotta be fluid in the market. Let's look at the next time frame. This is the 1 hour. Look at this 1 hour. Look at this fuck you candle. This 1 hour candle. On the smaller time frames, the 15-minute and 30, this makes sense. But on the 1 hour, you're like, holy shit. What's happening there? Right? But now look, this big fuck you candle, this closed below all these 1 hour candles. Right? So this candle did what these 1 hour candles couldn't do. So did a retest and continued falling. Make sense? Makes sense, right? All right. Let's go to the next example here. Okay. So what's happening here? We got a close above. We got a 30-minute candle closing above with no wick. So we're waiting, right? We're waiting for what? We're waiting for a retest? Perfect, because that's what we trade, right? We trade retest. We're waiting. Oh! What happened here? We came back in the range. Right? So what's happening here now? See this? We had resistance. We broke out of it, but we came back in the range. So now this support it formed becomes resistance for this bearish candle. So now maybe have a retest and continue moving down. Take care, Alan. So this is a fake out. See what I'm saying? Like it look at it a retest. On the 15-minute, I think there's going to be a 15-minute chart where it will do a retest. What about 4-hour momentum? A break of 4-hour structure and look for increase? No. IBRA. IBRA. Just focus on this right now. Don't deviate. Just keep things as they are right here, right now. Right? We don't want to go off track. Remember what I said. I will never mention a specific time frame to take entries. I will never mention time frames to take entries. Never ever I'm going to do that. Right? Just when you watch the recording unlearning everything you've learned. Right? Okay, so does the wick okay, so yeah, so mostly when I see these candles with no wicks on the top, They basically mean like, hey, like there's no, like the wick made no range. But at the same time, we're only looking at retests. That's it. If there's a retest, we take the trade. There's no retest, price came back in the range. What does this mean? It's going back down in the range. Just focus on what I'm saying right now. See this? This was resistance for these candles. Then this became support for this candle. And now this, since we're waiting for candles to close, for this candle, this became resistance now. Makes sense? So 30-minute time frames are strong time frames. They're strong confirmations. So the next candle, it treated it as resistance and it fell down. Yeah, no wick on top means buyers have gone. But I don't focus on that. I don't focus on the buyers are here or the sellers are there. I don't focus on it. I only focus on stupid, simple things which my 1-year-old son can understand. Do you enter on the close of the candle? Yeah, I enter on the close of the candle, but I would wait for a retest. I would wait for price to come down because check this out. If you enter a sell over here, right? So this means you have a stop loss above here. So this stop loss could be 15 pips. Man, this is a big stop loss, right? Do you want to risk a lot of pips for a small gain? No, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to wait and try to take a sell right over here, as close to this zone as possible. So you can have a smaller stop loss. Make sense? Does a stop loss make sense? I'm going to repeat it over and over again during the rest of this webinar. There are almost like 20 examples, right? So let's see. Yeah, the last kiss is basically a retest. Yep. If you're waiting for price to come to the zone and you place a stop loss above or below the zone, you're saving yourself a lot of drawdown. Look at this. Came right back down. So now what's going to happen? We reached support level here. We reached the support level. See this area? We've reached the support level. Yeah, bounce. Bounce to this zone. We bounce to this zone. Now what's going to happen? Have we broken above it? We haven't. Probably moved down now. Rejection at the same level. See, same level to the left. Same level. And now you have these wicks here. So these you can say liquidity grabs. But this was your trade right here. Because if you're looking at the time, look at the time here. We're approaching noon. This is no time to trade. No time to trade. I don't even look at what happens to price after noon. Never. I only look at, okay, this was a trade. I took this trade. Perfect. Because after 12 o'clock Eastern, weird shit happens, man. Like, look at this consolidation. It just makes no sense. You just stuck. Make sense? All right, let's look at what the next time frame is. Oh, we got the 15-minute time frame. Perfect. This is even perfect. Look at this 15-minute time frame. See this? We had resistance. Price broke up, went up, reverse, came back in the zone. See, now it closed below this zone. So now this resistance became resistance for these candles here. Break down, come up, retest, continue moving down. Reach support, and right back up to resistance. See now, 15-minute time frames are not good confirmations. So this break and close above would not matter to me on 15-minute time frames. I will look at 30-minute time frame because this does not make sense because this is still consolidating. This is a very, very hard example. Very, very hard example. Like some examples are easy, some are hard. This is hard. Right? So I would recommend you guys go over this. I'm going to place the PowerPoint file with this webinar as well so you can go over it. All right. So this is the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour. See how this is a clean fake out, but on the smaller time frames, it makes much more sense. Yeah, see, so it makes much more sense. Came back in the range. This candle did a retest and continued moving down, right? But then as volatility came back in, in Asian here, there was volatility start to move back up, right? I would recommend everybody to start reading charts like this so they make sense, because the more you read them, the better you're going to get at them. Right, one time watching this webinar is you're gonna forget about everything after like 2-3 hours. Trust me. All right, next example. What's happening over here? We got a break here. We had support, and then we got a break. So we wait for a retest, right? Yep. Wait for a retest. We get this candle here. So is this candle going back in the range? I wouldn't look at this as a retest. I wouldn't look at this as a retest. It's going back in the zone. Yep. This is what happened on GJ on Thursday. Exactly this happened. Back in the range. So this is your trade now. Because check this out. This was support. This was support. This broke support. This entered back in, and now this candle treated that same level as support, and it went up in this range. But the key is that we waited for this candle to close after this breakout. After a breakout, always wait for candle to close, because if this candle closed somewhere over here, then you could say, okay, you know what, we're heading back down. But it closed strongly back up. So we're heading back up. And now I know in the last example, someone said that the candle with no top wick means that the buyers have exhausted. I never look at that, because look, this candle has no top wick either, but the buyers haven't exhausted. It's still moving up. I never look at that extra information. That's some extra information. I have a very small mind, and that just confuses me. So I just look at where candles are closing, and that's it. Right? Now let's see what happens next. Yep, keep going up. No retest though. This is the 5-minute. This is the 5-minute. See how much information there is on the 5-minute. You have 5-minute going all the way down and going all the way back up. Right? But when you look in the 15-minute, it looks much better than the 5-minute. It looks much simpler. Because after every 5-minute candle close, you can see a trade, right? You can see a trade. This candle close, you can see a trade. And this candle close, you can see a trade. This candle close, you can see a trade. That's bad. You got to look at higher time frames. Because on higher time frames, you're going to get less trades, but you're going to get quality trades. Okay? This is the 1 hour. Look at this 1 hour candle. Look at this big fuck you wick. But on the 15-minute, you could have caught this fake out right from the zone. But on the 1 hour, it just looks like a big fuck you wick. Oh, you want to sell? Oh, okay. Well, try selling now, man. We're going back up. That's what price does. All right, so now let's look at the next one. This is the 15-minute chart. Right? So what's happening here? Do we have any zones? Has this broken out? Let's draw a zone here. So first of all, the zone we're looking at is probably this zone right here. Let's see how the next candle acts. Oh, we got this move right over here. Does this look like it does look like a retest. But at the same time, you have this area here too. See this area, this area? So this is kind of like a shady retest. Wait some more. Ooh, further. Keeping a stop loss below this area and letting it go. Now it's trying to come down. Now you see this candle here. What does this candle tell you? Now these candles, they couldn't go up. Now they're trying to come down. See this? They form resistance. Now coming down back in this range. Indecision candles, yep. Consolidation. So now what's happening? Let's look at this area here. Now what's happening? We got resistance here. We got candles that tried to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 times. They couldn't go up. This next one, probably going to go down. Perfect. And they respected this resistance here too. Right? Let's look at this on 30-minute. Yellow zone in which time frame done in 1 hour. This one, it's not done on the 1 hour. It's done on where price is respecting. It's not done on 1 hour. Like look at 15 minutes. See, same area. Same area. It's just a zone. It's basically just a zone. Let's look at this example here. So now what's happening here? We're moving up. Right? Let's draw a zone here. So let's say that we see price in this area. So the 1 hour has reached resistance at this point. See this? Support, resistance, resistance. And now price broke this resistance too. Right? So now we're waiting for a retest to go up or to see if this is going to be a fake out. We went up further. And now we came back down. Right? So this was a fake out. Because there was no confirmation it's going to go up further because we were at resistance. So many people say that, oh, you know what? You could have taken a buy because there was momentum. But the thing is, you're sticking to the way you trade, right? And the way you trade is retests. That's it. That's all you're sticking to it. But now, when price is coming down, now you're saying that, okay, what's happening right now? Is this a retest? Could this be a retest? I think this could be a retest. To go further up. See this? Because now price is back at this resistance which got respected 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Move here and then move down. This is gold. This is all goat chip. Yep. It closed above, but then you had this range here on the top too. Sometimes markets don't set up the way you want it. This is a good example where if you take a loss, take like 1 or 2 losses, and then you're done for the day. Yes, EMAs are coming. EMAs are coming. Okay, so these were your fake outs. Do you have any questions? Like, fake outs don't happen all the time, right? But like, you will see a fake out happen maybe twice in a week. You said you enter closer to the zone of the retest, but you wait for a confirm. Yeah, so basically, when price is going to come to like a retest area, I'm going to enter because I can have a smaller stop loss. Waiting for confirmation is when you're looking at the chart and you're like, yeah, I better look for a confirmation. Like sometimes the analysis is going to be really, really easy, but sometimes it's going to be really, really hard. That's just going to come with practice. Someone asked, fake outs happen more with GJ than UJ? It depends what you trade, BE. Come on, BE, you've been in this game long enough to ask that question. But all other questions we're going to answer at the end. So let's move towards the fun part. Booby trap candles, fuck you candles, gladiator candles, fake candles. All right. So booby trap candles are just retests on lower time frames. That's basically what the booby trap candles are. They're just retests, right? Let it be FTR, BRB, FTB, BFF. That's all what they are. When the market is trending, that's when you will see the booby trap candles all the time, right? So let's say you have bullish momentum, and then you'll have a bearish candle on the higher time frame. That's going to be a retest on the lower time frame. Make sense? Let's get that synced in for a little bit. Then you have the fuck you candles. They're basically when you become the wick. Like let's say when the market is moving up, you take a buy, anticipating that's going to continue moving, but then it retraces like instantly, right? So that's when you say when you bought at the top or sold at the bottom. So the candles does a big fuck you and goes against you while you question your existence. That's when we made a new term called, you became the wick. Gladiator candles are just breakout candles. For sake of simplicity, I've called them gladiator candles because that just makes much more sense to me. Yeah, Isam, I don't know nothing about FTR or FTB, nothing. All I know is that they're just types of breaks and retests. That's it. Right, so let's get into some examples here. All right. We got some fun time example over here. So what's happening over here? Let's draw support right here. We'll draw support, and then we'll draw a resistance right over here. Right? Because that's what we know right now. Right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue moving on. Let's see how these candles form. Okay, so see. So now we're forming, now these candles are rejecting support. When these candles are rejecting support, where else they're going to go? So now this 4-hour candle did something what these 4-hour candles couldn't do. So it moved up back into this range. Make sense? So now look, let's go over this again. Okay, pay attention. We have this 4-hour candle. Then we have this 4-hour candle. They're closing above a price here, whatever that price is. Then you got this 4-hour candle rejecting, this rejecting. So now you got 1, 2, 3, 4 4-hour candles rejecting a support, right? And then when you wait for the next one just rejects it completely. So when you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-hour candles refusing to go down, where will they go if they have a range to fill? Now, where's the range to fill? This is the range to fill here, right here. Right, so now you're just taking the chance. You're saying, okay, I'm betting price is going to continue moving up because it couldn't break support. Continuing moving up. right? So now what happens? We broke up, probably wait to come down for a retest, but oh, look, it didn't come all the way down, so now it came down all the way down till here. So now what's going to happen? Will it continue moving down, or are you just going to say, hey, you know what, I'm just going to like stay out because I'm not sure what's going to happen? Because this was your trade down over here. See, haphazardness. Then this was the retest here, and it continued moving up. But this was the trade right here, this one. This was the trade right here. These retests were pretty hard. They're pretty hard retests. Makes sense? So now let's go to the next example. Oh, we got a lot of examples here. 146,900. Yeah. This one here, if you look in hindsight. All right, so this was the daily. Okay. So we got this information going on here on USD JPY. So now what's happening here? This is the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. So what do we got? We got a resistance area, right? We got a resistance area, and we got a support area. Right, actually, let's move to support up till here because this is where the 1 hour candles are rejecting, right? So let's see what happens. Yeah, it's goat shit, looks bullish, you're right. Ooh, we got to break up. Okay, so I guess now we got to wait for a retest, right? Let's wait for the next 1 hour candle to close. What's this? Is this a fake out? Is this a retest? Fake out. So now when we're looking at this time here, look at the time here. This is 10 a.m. volatility time. Will this continue moving down? I think it will. I think if we can take a sell, place our stop loss above the zone here, I think it can continue moving down. Because it was a fake out. Did a little bit of a retest and then down. See, does this retest make sense? Look at this candle. This candle closed here, this area. And then next candles, they closed below that area. That's the key. They closed below that area and continue moving down. Reached support, whatever, and did what it had to do. Right? But that was the key. Even if you're measuring pips, like let's say you took a sell here, right? What is this price? 112, 310, whatever, and your stop loss was around here. That's still less than 10 pips. The stop was still less than 10 pips, and then your take profit was all the way down to, like, it can still be like that around 150, like 15 pips, whatever. But you're looking to see that these candles, this broke up. It didn't do a retest, but it did a fake out. It closed back in this range. So see, same thing we looked at. Price will consolidate, break out, come back in the range, do a little bit of a retest, and then continue moving down. Same thing happened here. Price was consolidating, broke out, came back in the range, did a retest, and continued moving down. But the key is you're waiting for the candle to close. If you're looking at the 1 hour, you're waiting for the